I am Shadow, and this verdict has never been heard. What you are about to learn was buried, hidden from the public, kept in the shadows. Listen carefully, because Shadow does not repeat himself. She walked into the police station 12 years after her own murder trial ended. The Zodiac Killer, an enigma that has haunted America since the late 1960s, left a trail of terror across California. Between December 1968 and July 1969, 5 murders were attributed to him. Yet his true identity remains shrouded in mystery. But what the reports never mentioned was the numerous ciphers he crafted, taunting the police and the public alike. These cryptic messages became part of the lore, each unsolved cipher a haunting echo of his presence. In 2023, a bombshell occurred. A cipher, long thought to be impenetrable, was finally cracked. The achievement came from a team of amateur and professional code breakers who dedicated countless hours scanning for patterns and meanings. They unearthed a message that pointed not just to his identity, but to a specific individual. The detail that was quietly erased from the files is that this individual had previously been on the radar of law enforcement. Here is what Shadow found. A name that reverberates through the shadows: Gary Francis Post. The alleged killer, a man whose life was filled with questionable actions and dark secrets, may finally be the key to unlocking the mystery. Post was a convicted murderer, serving time for crimes that mirror the Zodiac's methodology. He died in 2018, yet the investigation springs back to life with renewed vigor. But who was Gary Post? A man with an obsession, a man with darkness. Witnesses describe him as unstable, a figure whose malevolent presence lingered long after he left a room. He lived in California during the Zodiac's reign, a detail often overlooked. He had an affinity for cryptic writing, a trait that makes the connection hauntingly plausible. The rising tension is palpable. As the investigation deepens, more unsettling details emerge. Post's drawings, often depicting violence, were discovered in his belongings. Each sketch, a chilling reminder of what he was capable of. A shadowy figure emerges, a man who relished the chaos and fear he could create. And there is the unsettling question: did Post leave a trail of victims that extends beyond the Zodiac's notorious 5? With the recent cipher cracked, revelations stacked like building blocks. The message contained chilling references to the killer's identity, including the phrase, "I hope you are having lots of fun in trying to catch me." It's as if Post himself was mocking the authorities from the grave. The police department, now faced with these revelations, must reckon with their past failures. But the shadows hold more secrets. The climax of this unfolding drama arrives with a photograph. A photo taken by a family member during a picnic in the late 1960s. In it, a figure looms in the background, a figure that is undeniably reminiscent of Post. It sends shivers down the spine. But the police have reopened the case, but how many clues will they find? But what will they discover in the depths of the shadows? The truth is chilling. In the eyes of the code breakers, everything points toward Post. But what does this mean for the victims? But the families left shattered by the Zodiac's reign of terror? The revelations carry a human cost. Lives uprooted, families torn apart by grief. The ghosts of the past haunt those left behind, yet. But is Post truly the Zodiac? Or is this merely another false lead in a case that has haunted America for decades? The shadows know more than they reveal. The ciphers, the names, the photographs, they all intertwine with the fabric of a dark legacy. As this case reopens, the question looms large. Can we ever truly extract the truth from the shadows? The Zodiac Killer's identity may have taken a turn, but the specter of his crimes lingers persistently. But what you must understand is that while one cipher has been cracked, others remain. Other potential victims await recognition. Other stories demand to be told. In this quest for truth, the shadows whisper secrets, secrets that may never see the light. But what remains after the revelations? The dread settles in. Shadow will return with the answer. But what if Gary Post was not just a killer? But what if he was a monster hiding in plain sight? The shadows know more than you think. Leave your verdict in the comments. And if you think you know the truth, Shadow will return with the answer.